If you stepped out of your business for 30 days, what would actually hold together? Not what should work, not what your systems say should happen, but what would actually hold together without you there? And most owners don't like that question because the answer usually sounds a lot like some things would work, some things would slow down, and a few critical areas completely fall apart. Now, most people think this is a systems problem, but it's not. It's really a structure problem. And that's exactly why most productization efforts fail, because they try to fix this slowly. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Strategic Briefing, where we cut through surface problems and uncover the moves that top CEOs use to scale with confidence. The goal here is to help you see beyond the illusion of productivity and get to the real leverage that actually drives business growth. I was working with a business owner who had done everything right, on paper at least. They had SOPs, project tracking, a team that knew their roles, but every meaningful decision still routed back to the owner. Not because the team wasn't capable, but because the work itself wasn't clearly defined enough for them to decide without him. So even with good systems in place, he was still the bottleneck, just a more organized one. And that's what slow productization looks like. You improve the process, you document the work, and you try to make things more efficient. But you never actually define the work as a repeatable unit. So nothing changes structurally. The business still depends on judgment, still depends on interpretation, and still depends on you, the owner. Now, you can't gradually turn custom work into a productized service because productization requires something different. It requires clear boundaries, clear directions, and clear outcomes. Now, those things don't emerge over time, they actually have to be defined. Incremental change doesn't create that, it just refines the chaos. I've asked owners this question before. If you stepped away for 30 days, what breaks first? And the answers are almost always the same. My team would need me for decisions, clients would start asking for me, and quality would drop in certain areas. Now, again, that's not a people issue. That's where the work itself isn't defined. That's where productization hasn't actually happened. You don't drift into fixing this problem, you decide it. And that's where the 90-day productization sprint comes in. It's a focused window where you can define the work clearly, remove unnecessary variation, establish decision boundaries, and lock in a repeatable structure. You're not improving the service, you're redefining it. And if you've ever tried to install a new process and watch it slowly fade out, that's not just an execution issue. It's usually a sign that the work underneath it was never clearly defined in the first place. And that's exactly what this week's framework fix is designed to expose. If you want to see where your systems are breaking down or why changes don't seem to stick, this week's framework fix will walk you through the solution. It's called the System Adoption Velocity Test because systemization isn't just about having better processes. It's about installing the right systems fast enough that they actually take hold across the business. Most businesses don't struggle because they lack effort. They struggle because the work was never structured to run without them. You don't need better systems. You need a business that can actually support you and the company. For the Entrepreneur Strategic Briefing, I'm Randy Bridges. I'll see you back here again next week.